Hi, welcome to another video. Question for you. Are you battling adult acne? I didn't realize it was so common, but it is, okay? And yes, I'm one of those. I'm fighting it right now. There has been some kind of a hormonal change in my system, as young as I am, and it's causing breakouts that are just stupid. I don't even want to, they're stupid. All of a sudden, it feels like I am a pimple machine. It's so horrible. So I've been working on that and it is getting better. So in this video, I'm going to tell you the solution to mine, which might help you. And again, it might not. I'm hoping that it does help you though, because that's the whole point of this video, right? If it's not going to help anybody, why do it? So I'm going to tell you about the things that I've been doing that have helped to tone down the breakouts and what I'm doing to treat the spots or the scars that arise as a result of the breakouts, okay? So if you want to know all about that, stay tuned. So you've seen the pictures of the acne and now this is the live show, okay? So let me show you right here what it looks like now. As you can see, I had two new situations that I had to deal with, and around it, if I cover this, it looked better than what it used to look like. Do you see it? Right? Yeah. And I got a new visitor right here, and now I have a new visitor, a couple of visitors here, and these ones look better than they were before, right? Also the darkening of the corner here and here. These were formed by a stupid thing that I did. So I put bentonite on my face. They tell you around, you know, don't put it on around your eyes and your mouth, but guess what I did? I wanted to detox my lips with it. So yes, I put it everywhere, around my lips, on my lips, yes. So it dried out my lips intensely, and even though after I washed it off and toned and whatnot, and I put my moisturizer on, by the next morning when I was yawning, guess what happened? Cracked, yes. Till like there were spots of blood because it cracked that much. It was horrible. But anyway, as you know, I have hyperpigmentation, so those dark places just don't want to go. And it's been there for months, so ugh. Anyway, so let me just go over what I have looked at, what I researched, and this is what I came up with, and these are the things that I have done. Just real quick. Pillows, number one. If you feel this is a topical situation, which I did because I sleep on this side most of the time, and at that time, this is the only place that I was getting the acne. What I did was I made sure that the area that I put my head on in the bed sheet, was covered by something else. So I usually put a face towel, not a small face towel, but a towel there, which will absorb any, you know, excess oils or whatnot off my face, because I'm not trying to rub my face in grease, especially if, you know, it's coming from my head scarf, my night scarf that I put on. You know, sometimes the oils seep out of it. So I wanted to make sure that that was not a situation. So the problem with that is, of course, the pillowcase, I may change it, right? But the thing is, the sleeve under the pillow, I wasn't changing it as frequently, you know, and then of course the pillow itself, I wasn't washing as frequently. So I changed my schedule with that as well, and also stopped sleeping on this side and started sleeping on this side, and it was fine for a while. Then this side also started to get, you know, the acne. I'm like, wait, so is it only topical? But then this side started to get the acne also. I said, okay, that's not just topical then. It's a battle, guys. I'm like, what the heck? But I know that I'm sort of up there in age a little bit. So situations are starting to change and balances of hormones are starting to shift. So I started reading more about it, and they were talking about sometimes there's bacteria under your skin that is causing that, so it may not be topical. So what I did, I said, okay, let me just research what can I do within, you know. Another thing, I have not detoxed in probably 6 to 8 months, which is terrible. It's like not changing your engine oil for that long in your car, which is really, really bad. But anyway, I need to get to that. So I decided I was going to look for supplements that would help me with that. Two suggestions that were really popular in the WebMD and all those other medical kinds of help yourself kind of sites. I call them like service all. And they talked about zinc and they talked about niacin. Now, zinc was mostly topical that I saw. Niacin was both. So I said to myself, what a wonderful world. So I thought to myself, let me go and see what I can, find about this niacin. Niacin does a whole lot. And niacin is a vitamin B supplement. It's B3. I said, whoa, it's a supplement. It's like a multivitamin. Hello. I'm all for natural stuff, you know me. So I said, well then, let me increase my intake of vitamin B3. So I went both ways because there's also the topical one, creams that have niacin in them that help your skin to renew faster. I got a topical niacin cream, which was ridiculously, stupidly expensive on Amazon. So I found one on eBay and I'm hoping that was a real thing. I've been using it and I'm not seeing much of a difference. A little bit, but not enough from the raving reviews that I saw. I'm like, dudes, what? Are y'all being paid? Sometimes you wonder, you know what I mean? And this is what it looks like. Nia 24. Yes. And then of course I was still using my Retin A stuff. And that one, I mean, that you can see your skin is turning over because you start to see the flakes on your skin, the shedding, and you see it happening. But it was not stopping the acne. It was killing it quickly, but it wasn't stopping it. So of course, you know that, again, the topical things, when they're not working the way you think they should, start reaching down on the inside, So I researched, and there are a couple of renditions of niacin. Niacin by itself, it gives you some kind of a flush. They call it a niacin flush. They don't want you to take any more than 50 milligrams a day. What I read was recommending 100 milligrams 3 times a day. I said, y'all making me go double overdose. Let's just advise ourselves. So it is water soluble, so you can't overdose. I said, okay then. It's like vitamin C, your body absorbs what it can and the rest is flushed out in excrement. I wasn't feeling too bad about that. And then I read about the niacin flush. Child, let me tell you what they said. Basically, when you take this thing, within 15 to 30 minutes, your skin starts to feel like it's on fire. This girl is on fire. I'm not kidding you. So what they're saying is, when you take it, it basically opens up your blood vessels so the blood can flow freely, and sometimes like a rush, your blood's like, yes, the gates are open, let's go. Calling all the other blood cells like, let's do this, the gate is open. So anyway, so it flushes, through your system. And some people's skin actually gets flushed, and some people get like bumps and whatnot and some kind of allergic reaction to it because you actually feel heat under your skin. Can you imagine? It's exciting. So anyway, so I was reading about that, and there's another rendition of the niacin where they took out the component that makes that happen. Then I said to myself, if they're taking that out, then the niacin is not true niacin. You know what I mean? So why would I take that? And so there's an argument with that one. People say that, some people say, once you take that component out, it's not as effective. And some people also say it's just the same, which I disagree with that. Niacin does so much. You have to read about it. It's amazing. It's good for your hair. It's good for your skin. It's good for your arteries. I'm like, child, it's all around good. So anyway, so I decided I'm not going to buy the fake one. Okay. I ain't no punk. I'm a shrimp. But I'm not a punk. So I got the real one, and I got it from this company. I actually bought it from Vitacost. Yeah, Vitacost.com. I started taking the niacin the end of July, and it's now middle of September. So it's about a month and a half, and I'm not getting that whole onset of acne like I used to. In order not to have the niacin flush, you have to take it on a full stomach. Do not take it on an empty or even a semi-empty stomach, because child, you're gonna feel it. So yeah, I've been taking it on a full stomach. I don't take it 3 times a day. I take it mostly at night. That's when I remember, because it's right by my bedside. Let me tell you what happened the other day. We usually have dinner at 6 o'clock as a family. So let's just say we had dinner at 6 o'clock. So for some reason in my mind, it was no later than 6:30. I didn't look at the time, and I decided to take my niacin when I came upstairs, right? I took this thing, child. 15-20 minutes go by and I start to itch, and I said to myself, well, I haven't exactly taken my evening shower yet, so you know, maybe my skin is dry, and the weather was changing, starting to get a little bit cold around here. So I said, oh yeah, that must be it. And then I'm scratching, and then I'm scratching, and then I'm scratching, and then my legs start to itch. I'm like, what? Do I have bed bugs now? So I started to think, oh my gosh, do I have bed bugs in my bed? You know, so I downloaded this light, this thing on my iPhone, and it's a light that you can use in the bed to see things. And I was looking for bed bugs. I'm like, why am I so itchy? I was just itching like crazy. And the more I scratched, the worse it got. And then I started to get bumps. I'm like, what the hell? What is eating me? Something's biting me. Something's causing this. I stopped scratching and it eventually calmed down. It lasted 10 to 15 minutes. To me, of course, it seemed like forever. I looked at the time. In the middle of it, guess what time it was? 10:25. It had been over 4 hours since I had my dinner. And I took niacin, technically on an empty stomach. And it wasn't funny. It really wasn't. It wasn't painful. It was just very uncomfortable. I mean, everywhere it's itching. Your back, you know, here, and then your legs. And it's like you don't have enough hands to scratch. I'm using African black soap to wash my face. I don't think that's making any difference. What I was using before was Eminence citrus exfoliating wash. It got finished, and so I put some African black soap in here, added some water to it, and I've been using that. And I'm telling you, if anything will kill bacteria, that will. That thing is potent. You hear me? It has coconut milk, coconut oil, lemon, shea butter, antiseptic. I can't read. Potash, and then a fragrance and cocoa butter. So that's what it has in there. But when we were kids, this was for the poor people in Ghana. It was. And now it's being exported internationally as the thing. I don't get it. Shea butter when I was in Ghana was for poor people, and now it's a thing, because I need to squash this thing coming from the inside and then deal with a topical situation and get these blemishes. But my skin, if you look at the pictures I have from before, is much better. Friends and family, thank you so much for joining me. I am so grateful again for your support all the time. So those are the tips and tricks that I'm using to deal with this hormonal imbalance acne breakout situation. And at some point I will go and do either a laser peel thing or a chemical peel. I don't know, because I also want to refine the size of my pores and to just resurface my skin and get brand new gorgeous skin again. Yes, I'm worth it. This is not a L'Oreal commercial, by the way, but at some point I'm going to do that. But you know I'm going to bring it to you on camera, let you see the whole process, how it went, and you know how the results were. So stay tuned. I don't know when it's coming, but it'll come. Okay, love you bunches. Take care of yourself. Stay blessed.